This is a Mad Season show, and like I've been watching this stuff for a long time now. Because even when I wasn't playing World of Warcraft, I like the lore, and it just makes me happy, like as a nostalgic thing, to just like watch lore videos of WoW and everything. So let's check this out. It's literally just called React Streamers. I figured it'd be a good discussion topic for sure. How am I not subscribed? Oh, I didn't realize I wasn't subscribed to Mad Season show. Whoopsies. So hey, if you're watching this on my YouTube channel, you should subscribe. But also subscribe to Mad Season because he deserves all the love and support. Very, very quality human being. Alright, so let's get into the video. React Streamers. He looks very angry in the bottom corner there.
Hey guys,
What's up?
Mad Season here, back with another video for you.
What's up,
I
bruh?
got something a little interesting for you here today, and that's reactions, or React streamers. What are reacts, you ask? Well, you ever have a friend show you this really funny video that you
That was
just
weird.
have to see because, oh my god, it's so funny, and as you're watching it, you look over to your left, and they're making this face?
I don't know if I can reenact the Nicolas Cage face. It's like, you don't say. I can't do it. I wish I could do a Nicolas Cage voice, man. I gotta do that voice more, or that voice. I need to do that face more often for reactions, clearly. Just like, you don't say. I love it. Love it. Alright. I'm getting off track.
Welcome to the premiere of a new series that I'm calling Overthinking.
Oh.
And in this one, we'll really hyper-analyze this format of entertainment, make some observations with some actual data to back them up. We'll study the effect of reacts within the wonderful, vomitous world of social media, and even learn a bit about its interesting history. But do you know what's even more interesting than that?
Tell us, Mad Season. What are you promoting today? What you got here?
Surfshark VPN.
See? We know.
I've done a total of one sponsor for the 10 years I've been on YouTube, and
It's true.
I mainly stick with what I actually use, and VPNs are one of them. And what this is a virtual private network app and browser extension.
I like very rarely use my
Anywhere in the
VPN,
world.
but it is
Although
super
you may be
important.
living in the comfort of your mom's basement, as far as everyone else is concerned, you're living in some other basement halfway across the globe.
If only.
I've personally used it to get past Steam's stupid region release dates. For example, all of the Aussies out there typically know that they get releases about 12 hours early.
Does that work? I never even thought about that. I feel like I would mess that up and somehow my computer would always show in, you know, Australia at all given times and it'd be really weird for me.
But with Surfshark, you can put another shrimp on the bobby, mate, and have a grand old time.
His Australian accent is
Goodbye.
great.
But beyond that, it also keeps your privacy and data secure through its encryption technology. In
important.
case you're watching some embarrassing content. And I also use it to get around content blocks with things like Netflix.
I know it works for like
Actually,
Netflix and
movies TV
streaming
shows
shows a lot, or
depending on what
streaming sites a
country
lot.
you're in. So something that I actively use personally and recommend. If you scan this QR code or click the link and use my promo code, you can get an extra 3 months for free because
not
I'm
bad.
so special and important. And if it doesn't work out, they also have a 30-day money-back guarantee.
That's
if you
impressive.
find yourself unsatisfied.
It's not bad at
And
all.
if you want more information, you can find a link at the top of the description. But do you know what you'll also find in this video?
Porn. Am I right? Did I get it right?
Angry people on the internet.
Got it wrong.
And to first understand why everyone is so angry, we have to understand our history. And to do that, we have to rewind all the way back to when we were a little younger and a little more lean. A time before our hair migrated away from our heads and
I take offense to that.
towards our loins. That's right, the early days of YouTube in 2005.
Oh, man, just seeing that brings me back, dude. Oh, that's when I was uploading AMVs all the time. Such a good time. Look at that. Look at that. That was when the internet was beautiful.
So the true origins of the React form of entertainment can actually be traced back to a little show known as Mystery Science Theater 3000.
First off, I love MSK, or MST 3000. I don't know where I got MSK from. Second off, I love that he's actually going like through the history of this, not just on the internet for reacting people, but like TV shows, like cable, just TV in general, because it's an idea that's been around for ages.
but for the purposes of this video, we're just going to start at the dawn of YouTube.
Okay.
Both the site and its user base.
Either way, I love they mentioned it.
Changed quite a lot throughout the years, and one
Very
of the
true.
many now defunct features were responses. Aptly named, this feature allowed users to respond to the video.
I never knew this was a thing. Because I never had a reason to use it. I never knew this was a thing. Because I sadly did not make YouTube content when I was younger because I couldn't. Didn't have the funds or the room or anything to really do it, or the time.
And when this button was pressed, they would be prompted to upload
Oh,
a video
okay.
of their own, which would then appear directly under the video.
Oh,
in
that's dope.
question.
Okay.
And their format ranged. In many cases, in the early campy days of the website, it would just be a one-shot
Leave Brittany
recording.
alone.
Rarely, and more commonly as time passed, the formatting improved,
Yeah.
and these users actually started including the original video in their responses in order to address each point in a more orderly fashion.
Okay, that makes more sense. Like, you know, obviously just record the video and then talk it through there, like edit it down. That's interesting. I literally never thought that, or never realized that was a thing. Or I just like knew it and I saw it a lot and I just kind of forgot about it over the years because I'm old and, you know, the brain just kind of goes away.
Instead of just arduously droning on in a monotone manner about nothing for 20 minutes.
That sounds like somebody familiar. I wonder who that could be. Not talking about me. But monotone. Dude, Matt Season's voice is like... You ever know those voices where they just make you feel relaxed? That's what Matt Season's voice does. It's like very monotone and just like very calm and relaxing. It's like molasses. Just smooth. I don't know where the hell I got molasses from.
Oh, wait a second.
That's
Regardless,
what I figured.
this is when Pandora's box was opened. The birth
Oh
of the professional video watcher.
No, that mental image is horrible. Gross. Also, he does a web series or a video series called Pandora's Box. So go watch that if you haven't already. It's great. All good videos. Here, I'm gonna share it in chat, and then, like usual, I'll put it in the description YouTube video as well. Because I always like to, every time I do a reaction thing, I always like to make sure I share as much as I can and tell people like, hey, go follow and support this person. Because it, in my eyes, it's like a very, I'm sure I'll talk about more so as the video progresses, but in my eyes, it's a very good way to get people out there to an audience that they wouldn't normally be a part of, if that makes sense. Like, a lot of you guys aren't fans of World of Warcraft to the point where you would watch lore videos for it, so you might not know of Mad Season stuff. But now, you're watching my stuff because you guys are amazing and wonderful in every way, and now you know about Mad Season, and I can share with you some of the things that I enjoy watching. That's the main reason why I like that, is to build up other people and, you know, just grow together. It's nice. And it's just really fun to talk about stuff.
Maybe asking yourself, okay, so why was it removed? Well, for the same reasons that it's the center of
Disgusting.
discussion today. It was incredibly fucking controversial.
About pwning me? Not gonna happen. You know why? I pwned your mom's ass the other night and heard her scream my name. Demonius, Demonius, Demonius.
So,
That's probably the most chill person that I've heard online for an insult back then, especially Xbox Live, because it had the little Xbox Live logo in the bottom left, so it just made me think of that. Probably the most non-vulgar thing I've ever heard. It's great.
it caused a ton of controversy until YouTube basically pulled the mom power move and said, okay, you little brats, you can't behave? Well, no one gets
You've
toys
been
then.
naughty.
Christmas
Christmas is canceled.
is canceled.
That's right. No fun, no happiness, no joy. It's gone forever. Oh, okay. I'm like, why is it so quiet? Those aren't people. Those are sex dolls. The sad thing is I literally have that same exact Arrow PNG saved on my computer that uses thumbnails. I don't use it too often though. Like I never got into the whole circle and point at things, which I probably should because it's a popular, you know, thumbnail thing, but I just haven't done it yet because I don't think it really fits my style for the most part. I'll use arrows when I can, but this, though, it's like, I just use my face.
But all was not lost, and luckily, there were those willing to continue the fight.
Disgusting.
Rebels who said,
Karens.
we're not gonna take it. We're gonna record ourselves watching videos for other people to watch.
That's right.
Whether you like it or not.
Exactly.
And it stuck. The community surrounding it remained pretty niche at first, but much like a virus, it would slowly evolve and spread and grow in power until 2016, until, like a couple of villains straight out of Dragon Ball Z, this pair comes in to stir the pot.
He's playing the Dragon Ball Z episode, end of episode music.
Some of you
It's amazing.
remember the Fine Brothers.
Yeah.
They ran a network of channels dedicated entirely to the then growing React genre, and they were rather popular, and for some reason, because of that, they had got it into their heads that they therefore owned copyright on it.
That's the first I'm hearing about this. That is stupid.
So, because they're so gracious, they released an announcement that they were trademarking the term React.
All of my hate. That's so stupid.
And very generously allowing other people to use their completely unique format that they created themselves. As long as they join their network and give up a percentage of their
Of
revenue.
course.
Part of why we believe this initiative is important is due to witnessing many creators, ourselves included, having their shows and formats blatantly stolen by companies and people, both online and on television.
Isn't that what they did, though? That's why I'm confused. Like, if you think that React content is that, you guys started it, wouldn't that mean that's exactly what you guys were doing? And that's probably what your mindset is now, because now you could piggyback off of that and steal funds from not only the original person's video, but also the person reacting to it. Oh, it's like they got super greedy with money because they're pieces of crap.
And we implore everyone not to support those companies and channels. When you notice someone ripping someone's format off, don't stand for it.
Amazing.
It didn't work. The entire debacle was a complete clown show, but it was also important in the history of the format because it would give it even more attention. People who hadn't even heard of Reacts before this point had either started watching them or even making them themselves, and as streaming had started gaining newfound levels of
Widgets.
popularity in the 2010s, the format blew up
Yeah.
to a point to where it spawned its own subgenre of entertainment.
Like, I feel like it got really, at least for me, but my timing is really off, honestly. Just the past 3 years kind of throws everything off. I feel like it was like 2018 that kind of got like really, maybe like 2018-ish. I don't know.
Complaining about
Where it was like
Reacts
starting to get big.
Hundreds of thousands of protesters back on the streets today, clashing with riot police, tear gas now,
I was there. Were you guys there? I got a free t-shirt from them. It was great.
breaking up one large crowd that we did.
So, there are two factions to consider here. Pro-reacts
Mm-hmm.
and anti-reacts.
Yep.
And a hidden third faction who don't really care because they actually value their time.
It's true. Don't care about stupid petty arguments like that. Waste of time. Let people think what they want to think. Just you do you. As long as you're not hurting anybody or like, actually stealing content from people. Don't do that. It's messed up.
And in the effort of constructiveness, I want to start with the good here.
Alright, let's hear it.
First off
my God.
is that it's just a genuine form of entertainment.
Yeah.
There's absolutely no question. You can dislike it. That's completely fine.
Mm-hmm.
But that doesn't erase the millions and millions of views that this format rakes in daily.
Yeah, it's insane.
Legally speaking, we do actually have a precedent set with the lawsuit between H3H3 and the Matt Haas Zone,
Mm-hmm.
where a court ruled that a React video was fair use.
Because
But beyond that,
it's the same as like, quote unquote fair use for like episodes of a TV show or even video games. Like as long as you're changing the content in a way and like making it or like adding to it and things like that, you're modifying it basically, like with your own words and your own thoughts and stuff like that to better it. If that makes any sense at all. I think I kind of lost my words there for a second, but it all makes sense in my brain.
Listen to that discussion of personal taste, like reality TV and Jersey Shore.
Yo, don't mess with Jersey Shore, man. Jersey. One of the best shows ever.
Kardashians.
This is also 100% how I live my life here in Jersey at all given times. Just without the spray tan.
Personally, watching it makes me want to vomit, but they won't go away. Clearly,
that's Jersey.
Who do indeed wish to keep up with the Kardashians, reinforcing that my opinion is indeed just that.
That always blew my mind.
An opinion, and is therefore
I could never get into reality TV.
Form of entertainment.
Yep.
Sorry, I just almost threw up there. But aside from that, there's also a positive in the sense of exposure. There is an element of discoverability.
Exactly.
When someone reacts to
it's the most important thing.
A certain portion of that audience will think to themselves, that was pretty good, and I'd like to see more from this person. And
Hold on, guys. Wait, hold on. I missed it. Missed it. There we go. Do the thing on the screen. I'll keep saying it over and over, but go subscribe to Mad Season. Mad Season's good people.
The channel to a pair of eyeballs that otherwise may never have found them at all.
Just what I was saying before.
I'm going to draw a little graph.
That's the important.
Social media works.
Probably the best aspect of it. It is the best aspect of it.
And we have the bottoms.
Which one are you?
First, you have the top 0.1%, the funniest streamer, the most interesting YouTube channel, or the person with the best filter on Instagram.
That is impressive. Aussie still looks damn good for 50.
Whatever. Comprising the next 1% are the mids.
The mids.
And the remaining are the people who never get above 10 viewers on Twitch. They never get above 100 subscribers on YouTube.
Okay. Listen. I don't really work on Twitch a lot. I got my little group. We like 4 or 5 average viewers. But like YouTube, we got on YouTube. Like that I'm actively working on, growing. So I feel half called out here. Halvesies.
For every person above 100 viewers, there are like 1,000 more with 2.
True.
One of them being themselves.
True.
And the other one being their mom, who's being supportive. But
mine wasn't on Twitch, so there.
But honestly, probably got bored and just has them in another tab
Fair.
While they watch a Mad Season show video. I like to call this area the bottom, and it's where 99% of channels go to die.
Fair.
You will never know how demotivating it is to spend a week on a video. It gets 12 views and 1 comment from some guy calling you a monotone fuck.
What an insult, New Boater 420.
I know. I've done it.
Yeah, like I do it too. Like that's why it's rough to, spend so much time working on video, like writing a script, editing it down, recording, all of that. Even gameplay. Like gameplay is not nearly as in depth because you don't have to, write a script and then make sure you edit it down and all that. Like you can still edit it down, obviously. You gotta edit it to make it fun. But like you spend so much time on that and then you only get a couple of views, especially when you think it's gonna be really good. It's kind of like, eh. That's why I have such a mixture of stuff on my channel. I've got gameplay videos, I've got reactions, shorts. I'm between MMOs and normal RPGs and visual novels and horror games. Like I'm all over the place. And I've got videos like this where I just kind of like, it's a reaction, but I just kind of like talk and do whatever. So I kind of like to have a little bit of everything. Obviously not things I'm not into, but because that would be boring as hell to watch somebody who's not into something talk about it. It's kind of like, eh. But that's usually my thing. But whenever I have, like a reaction video, it doesn't take that long you don't spend that much time on it. Same with a gameplay video, it trims it down a lot. And some of my most popular videos on here are reaction videos, whether it's to another YouTube channel's video or like a game trailer or something like that. Because literally my most popular video as of now is the Pint reaction video, which I'll put in link below, and also I'll link Pint's channel because Pint is hysterical. I love Pint. And then the other 2 are like I think that the other two are trailer reactions, not including shorts. Shorts are kind of in their own ball game, but I kind of like to have everything. You know, this way it draws in more people, and it's not just like one thing. There's something for everybody. Plus, you guys just, you know, clearly come here for my shiny bald head too. If I can make it shine. Look at that, it's got a little shine. All right.
I did that for about a year until some guy named Old Bess gave me that sweet, sweet exposure.
Oh, really?
This wasn't a react, but he linked one of my videos to his.
Oh, really?
And with him being a much bigger channel, that got the ball rolling to where I actually started to get some traction.
Oh, that's awesome, dude.
And resulting motivation. And here I am.
Yeah.
I am convinced I would not be talking to you right now had it not been for this guy.
That's really awesome that that happened. I didn't realize that that's how Matt Season kind of started. You know, it's always great hearing, like, you know, the beginning years of certain creators, because you see them so much and you just kind of like assume that they've always been like that. But then you look back and you're like, oh, they were, you know, they were there at one point. But that's awesome. Somebody gave them an exposure and then went on there. I love it.
It may seem harsh, but that's just how it is
Yeah.
with these social media websites. They do a poor job of promoting small channels because it's not lucrative to promote small channels.
Especially Twitch. Twitch, if you're a small channel, your ass is not getting shown anywhere. That's why you got to work to grow on other platforms. That's why I'm also on, you know, YouTube so much all the time.
Why take a risk and give this spot to an unproven beginner
Mm-hmm.
when you can have someone who is proven to be capable of holding an audience
Exactly.
and has been doing it professionally for years? And it sucks because there absolutely are small channels out there that blow the big timers out of the water. They have the skill,
Mm-hmm.
they have the passion, the time, the format, personality, whatever.
The only one out of those I don't really have is the time. I'll keep it where I have the Tim. I've got the Tim, but I'm blocking out the E for it, so it's not really time. So I got everything on his screen right now.
But they never get a shot because it's not lucrative for these social
Mm-hmm.
media websites to give them a shot. There are people who make the very poor decision to drop everything, try to go full-time, they drop school, their job, they go 12 hours a day, and 1 year later, their mom opened up 2 tabs because she started to feel bad.
And after 3 years, of streaming full time, I had a lot of good times, but at the end of the day, bro, it's like
I have no idea who this guy is.
some people just don't make it, bro. Some people just don't make it. Some people just don't get there, man. You know?
Yeah,
And
it's not for
no matter
everybody.
What you do, you always stay at the bottom. You know, I've asked my friends. I've asked them this. I apologize for getting.
Don't get me wrong,
Yeah.
I'm not supporting douchebags who try to get free shit.
It's true. What was this now? After that, I can get started right away on it. There's no need for an invoice. There's no need for me to pay you. I have over 240k followers. All right, people like this are literal scum of the earth. It's like, I'm going to pay you an exposure. Like, fuck, no, you're not. Get out of here with that exposure garbage. Pay people the work that they do. Like, I will never, ever, ever do that for anybody. Like, I force people to take money. I literally do. Like, CD here in the chat, you know that happens. Yeah, some make it and still quit. Like, I kind of tried to, I tried to focus a lot more time on it after I had my little bit of a breakdown and had to leave my old job. But that was for a lot of other reasons. And like I was trying to, find other work and everything. So it was a good thing to have on the side, and I learned a lot more, but I also had to focus on my health a lot more, which I did thankfully over time. And now I'm feeling a lot more confident in this stuff, and I'm back to working full time, and we golden. But you can never just cut your life out thinking that you're going to make this lucrative, especially if you have bills and a family. Like, that shit's got to come first. And yes, I made you exactly.
King with exposure, but absolutely, like them
Just
or dislike
but.
them, they are a way for these channels to get their foot into the door
Yeah.
and realizing their dreams.
Don't worry, guys. If you're a bottom, you can become a top if you just work hard enough and have somebody flip you around to become a top.
Of finally
Yeah.
becoming a top.
The bad. What is this song from? It sounds so
Of
familiar.
course, there's more to
It's
it
gonna
than
bug
that.
me.
Much like anything with life, only
It's true, why not both? Also, I'm glad that I paused the Reddit Palpatine. It's my dude.
Sith stealing absolutes. And just as how a React streamer may promote growth through exposure, they can also harm it through competition. And while exposure can be incredibly valuable to a small channel, it starts to wane the more popular that channel is, to the point to where it actually becomes detrimental. And this is where we're going to get into some first-hand data here.
Okay.
I will be using a specific person as an example.
I love data and graphs and stuff, so I'm gonna be nerdy about all this, and I'm excited for it.
And I'm using this guy because I don't think he'd take this as me calling him out or anything.
It's probably Asmongold, because Asmongold reacts to a lot of Matt Season's videos, and I'm sure he's helped, get him a lot of views over time.
Hopefully not, at least. But the example we're going to be using today is the first video of my critically acclaimed series.
That's what they like to.
Episode 4 is out now, by the way.
I didn't. I didn't watch the Zelda one yet, actually. Oh, I'm glad that reminded me. I haven't watched the Zelda one yet. But they're fantastic. Definitely go watch the Pandora's Box video. They're great. He puts a lot of work into them too.
And the reactor is some guy who, I don't know, he got like corporal in classic World of Warcraft. I'm not really sure.
Sounds mid.
Low ranks get kind of hard to see when you're all the way up at rank 14. But
yeah,
that's your boy Asmongold.
Exactly.
So before we get into
that
this,
is right in my face.
YouTube works as an uploader.
Ow.
Basically, what happens is that you pour your heart and soul into a video, and what determines if it gets seen or not isn't necessarily its quality, as much as its ability to clickbait the fuck out of people.
Like just this morning when I was editing that that next episode of Higurashi playthrough earlier, I was saying the first, to me anyway, the first 10, I'll probably lower it down to even 5 seconds, honestly. First 5 seconds, 1 to 30 seconds. We'll just do that. Makes it so much easier. 1 to 30 seconds is the most important part of the video, because you have to give enough information, enough excitement, and just get people, to wanting to watch the video. That's why I try to put a lot of emphasis on the starts of my video, and then I start it, and then it kind of goes into the video. At least when I'm, my brain, when I'm writing, in the writing process for some of my scripted stuff, which I'm getting so, I love doing scripts and everything now. I can't wait to start working on another one. I love doing that stuff. And I try to get that as the start, and then kind of go into it, because it kind of gets people to stay along, because people don't have long attention spans. I've done it before. I'll click on a video and I'm like, yeah, I'm bored, I'm just gonna leave. And it happens a lot, unfortunately. And especially with the thumbnails. I'm trying to get better with thumbnails. I feel like sometimes I'll do the same thumbnail, kind of the same, and it'll do great for one video, where it's got a 10 to 15% click-through rate, and I'll do it for another video and it has a 4% click-through rate, which that's not that. I want to get, if my goal would be to get everything about 10%, which is great. That's 1 in 10 people actually clicking on the video. That sounds insanely high, honestly, but it's nice. That's how the better videos do, honestly. And the CTR, when I say that, it's click-through rates, when somebody visually sees your video pop up and they actually click on it to go watch it, which I'm sure he'll talk into. It does. That keeps people there.
Post it, you get this big initial surge. These are from the people with good taste, aka my subscribers, and based on
which I totally thought I was before this video. I felt so bad. I've watched so many of his videos, I didn't realize I wasn't subscribed. Oops.
How many of them watched it, and for how long they've watched it, if they commented, liked, disliked, etc.
This is why it literally matters the world when I tell you guys, hey, if you watch my videos, like it and comment on the video. I want to talk about the videos, but comment on the video, because it helps push the video to be seen more. A little click of that like button means the world. It's so helpful.
That will determine its spot in quote
the
algorithm, which is
the algorithm
for how much YouTube promotes your video. If it doesn't hit the algorithm, this video doesn't get recommended.
Yeah, it'll die.
All. Even if people search for it, it'll rank very low in the results. If it hits it a little bit, it'll maybe be promoted on another similar video.
Yep, exactly.
Which is another World of Warcraft video in this case. And if it takes that algorithm, bends it over, and helps it stretch to relieve that back pain because sex before marriage is a sin.
Yes, it is. Always remember that.
Then it gets recommended everywhere. That's when it went big dick, as the kids
big dick is back in town.
Days.
I should get that sweater.
Well, this video did just that. And while this may seem like a flat line to you, this is actually remarkably
No, that's
good,
fantastic
and
numbers still.
because of it, it's one of my most popular videos
Yeah.
because it's so consistent. But then we notice a little spike here on May 12th, because this is when everyone's favorite Corporal decided he wanted to watch some real content.
Yeah.
And he reacted to it. So you'll see a bump in viewership here because he's consistent about giving credit and linked the video to his stream.
That's why I respect him a lot. Like, I know, just I don't know, people are dumb, but like, and they'll get into, oh, people just react to stuff for the sake of reacting to it and kind of leech off of things. It's like, nah, if you give credit to other people, like, you get them to kind of grow and you give them that little bump. And it's all about like, yes, there are going to be those people who just straight up take stuff and don't, credit the original person who made it, or like link the video, or tell their chat or, viewers to just go like, subscribe and watch their video, give them the watch time as well. A lot of people don't do that, unfortunately. That's why I try to model, whenever I react, I try to model it where I'm always trying to bump them up and like get people to go do that and just go get people to subscribe and everything. I like doing that, and I like doing that on Twitch too. When I go raid somebody who has like one viewer, give them like a chance. But it's all about building up people. That's what it's all about.
After watching it, but even visually here, you'll notice an immediate decline. I did actually take the time to average all of these out, and as you can just visually see here, we have a pretty significant decrease in viewership, presumably due to the fact that from this date, there are now 2 major copies of this video sharing the algorithm. And I think that's a pretty reasonable conclusion to make, considering that the dip started directly after the reaction was made and posted.
It's interesting. It's like it did really well at the start, then it kind of fell off. But like it's also a little wave before he reacted to it. Like, it looked like it had some little ups. It was doing a little bit better because it kind of flatlined at the start of March there, or right above March 17th. I don't know what the exact date on there. It kind of flatlined a little bit, and then did little bumps, and then slightly kind of went up, and then he reacted to it, and it stayed a little higher for till mid-June, and then kind of flatlined again. So I'm curious to see if he has any more data, because I'd love to see another correlation where you can kind of like compare it to another video or something like that wasn't reacted to.
On the flip side, we do have that positive that I mentioned earlier here. And as you can see on the day of the react, shortly after, we do have some subscriptions.
Yeah.
And this is where it gets kind of hard to track.
And like subscriber count, that for me, that's the only thing that I'm low on to get the YouTube partnership thing, because you need 1,000 subscribers to apply for partnership, and then you need like 4,000 or 5,000 watch hours and something else. But I've had the watch hours for almost a year now. It's like 10,000 watch hours right now for the year, which is great, and it's like steadily staying there, which is awesome. But the subscriber count is what's kind of tough sometimes, and that's why whenever a video does well, it's kind of cool to see how many people subscribe to it. And that's why I like to do a decent amount of shorts as well, because shorts are great to pull in subscribers, and it's really helpful. Hey, Phantom.
Because as powerful as YouTube's analytics are, there's no way to track how many views I've gotten from these subscribers specifically.
Yeah.
So, did these people check out episodes 2, 3, and 4? Will they watch this video? Who knows?
That would be cool for YouTube to do in the future, where you can specifically look at one individual person's, history for watching your channel. That'd be really interesting. But honestly, YouTube's metrics and everything are phenomenal, though. Like, it goes into so much detail. It makes Twitch's analytics look like a 5-year-old did it compared to a Harvard graduate.
And beyond that, there's just no way to track things.
That's actually insulting to 5-year-olds. I'm sorry.
Such as like, okay, well, maybe one of these viewers from his stream linked my video on a Discord, which got linked by someone there to Reddit, which hit the front page or whatever. So, analytics can tell a story, but don't fall for that trap. They can't tell the whole story. And beyond all of this, there's also an aspect of just working days, weeks, months into making, say, a 30-minute video.
Yeah. And
a reaction that takes 30 minutes to make.
Exactly what I was just talking about before. Little reaction video takes, like this one overall. Granted, I usually like the amount of talking I do is a lot. and I usually almost double up the original video's length because I'm just dumb and talk a lot. Well, I shouldn't say dumb. I just like to talk. And still, editing that down, no time at all, honestly. Maybe takes 30 minutes is even the high end. Like, that's if I really want to trim down a lot. But that's even, I'd say maybe like 10 minutes, not even. And, you get everything done in, an hour, hour and a half. You're finished. You're there, boom, upload the video, you're done. But, like the last scripted video, I didn't put enough time into it as I would have liked. It was more so like, hey, I just want to focus on that. I maybe put maybe 15 hours into the video. So like the Silent Hill and Higurashi video that I made, that one I put a lot more focus onto the script. I did 3 or 4 drafts of it first. Then I had to find a lot of other video clips and things like that. Put it all together. That one took hour-wise, maybe up to 30, maybe, because it was also the first time I did something like that, so I had to find a lot of video footage and stuff and kind of get the flow going. Next time I do a video like that, I'd probably do it in 20 hours if it's another 10-minute video or so. But the point is, you put so much time into it, you don't get much out of it. And then, you put little time into it for a React video and you get a lot of time out of it. And plus, if you're reacting like I'm doing, I'm doubling it up. I'm doing it on Twitch and on YouTube. So you get best of both worlds too. It's great.
Garnering 10 times the viewership. I think you do have to consider the fact that the streamer also started as a bottom.
Mm-hmm.
No one launches their first stream to 10,000 people watching them. Much of that is a grind itself, and I do think that's something to...
Oh, I got the tears. You know what? Hey, if you have fun, just do it. There are those times when it's really rough, not gonna lie, it happens. But hey, as long as you have fun, you got your little core group of people. If I had to go and stream for a year to 0 people, I totally would do it. If I was able to keep, the people I've met through it, just friends and everything, and, community and all that, if I was able to keep you guys, I would stream a whole year to 0 viewers. It'd be totally worth it to keep you guys around.
To consider.
It's not like I care about you or anything.
But no matter how you spin this,
Yandere
it's always going to
Shippo.
be something that'll just fundamentally rub people the wrong
Yeah.
way. And it certainly has been the source of friction
Thank God.
between editors and reactors. But there is more to the
That
story
bright red.
than just numbers.
Mhm.
As with anything related to the internet, we also have that beautiful, beautiful drama.
This strain of live stream.
Ooh. I don't like to do drama videos, but god damn, I am tempted to. It's weird watching it, man. I've got a lot to say about a lot of stupid people on the internet, and I really should do it more often. But damn.
You belong to, which profits by feeding off drama and riling up hordes of parasocially diseased teenagers. You are a liar, a fraud, and a parasite in human clothing. But if you want to prove me wrong on that, all you have to do is honor the word of your Discord.
I mentioned earlier that this is quite the dramatic topic recently. Oh boy, I tell you what, is that an understatement? Everything talked about so far has been in the context that the reactor reacts positively to the video. So what happens when they react negatively? An unfortunate thing that happens with these online influencers and their audiences, partly due to those awesome parasocial relationships we all love so much,
Yep.
is that a certain percentage of their viewers are very cult-like in their behavior.
Yeah, don't do this to anyone ever. Make your own choices and logic in life. Look at different viewpoints of things. Look at things from different perspectives of people. Never take a extreme side to either side, no matter what side you're on. Never take an extreme. Always just talk it out. Never do this. It's ridiculous. And the people that have their communities do this and go after other people and stuff like that, those are miserable people, and those are the people you really just don't want to interact with. And of course people are just going to follow them because I don't want to say it's not their fault, but it is. Don't get attached to people on the internet like that. Not a person that you watch through a screen 10 hours a day. It doesn't mean that you're friends with them. It doesn't mean they even care about you, as harsh as that might sound.
And an influencer doing something as benign as disagreeing with something the editor said has the potential to proc their enrage timers.
Proc their enrage timers.
How dare this peasant suggest something my lord disagrees with? Heretic. He must pay.
That is 100% what they all look like to me, honestly. He nailed it.
Excuse me, that was incredibly disturbing. I have experienced this myself. And I've seen other people experience it. And personally, I don't care. Generally, if you just ignore them, they go away. I think that's good advice in general for anyone using social media.
I've had to get better with this over the years. Like, I used to be a lot more vocal about things. And then, honestly, like, the thing that kind of made me, to put it blankly, not give a shit anymore about a lot of stuff is when I thought that people who played the Harry Potter game shouldn't be harassed and bullied and have death threats sent at them, or called transphobes because they just want to play a damn wizard game. They're not transphobes for trying that. And then I lost friends, and a lot of people actually, and they think that I'm a transphobe because I don't think that Harry Potter, people playing the Harry Potter game should be bullied and like told to kill themselves. So there are a lot of people that you kind of don't want around, and it just happens. You know, it's life. That's why I try to live my life now where I just kind of don't care about a lot of stuff, and that's the best thing to do. Best way to live.
But it does have the tendency to get pretty ugly, which can cause a response from the editor, and then it becomes a back and forth situation between two communities.
The only time I will allow this to happen, though, is the Pokemon Go teams, where you got Team, Valorant, Mystic, and Instinct. That was, I don't know why I put up 4 fingers for that. But those 3 teams, that is a blood war that will forever rage. Forever.
And while most of this is completely unintentional from the streamer's perspective, unfortunately there are those out there who are very well aware of this, and they will intentionally weaponize their audience to brigade a channel.
Unfortunately.
And that can get really bad, especially if it's a very large streamer versus a very small channel, because you have that power dynamic of, in some cases, thousands of people just going absolutely in, going not just to the video in question, but every video on their channel, stalking their social media, and just
show
spreading
no
all manner of
mercy
hate and vitriol. And I can definitely see how that can be overwhelming. In my opinion, if you're going to be posting videos on the internet or streaming or doing anything public for that matter, it's wise to have a thick skin.
You have to.
It's no secret
100%.
that online anonymity gives people the courage to do and say whatever they want.
And it's not even just having a thick skin. You got to know, like, what battles are even worth it. Because 99% of the people you talk to are not worth it at all. Their opinions on you are not worth it. Like, I get excited, like, whenever one of my shorts or something has, like, dislikes on it, which is mostly my shorts. Overall, like, I'm honestly very lucky with the likes to dislike ratio on my channel. Like, you guys actually like my stuff. That's also why I say to hit that like button as often as possible. It's great. Actually, this is a good example here. So this is, my kind of content part here. There's like nothing. Yeah, there's nothing on here that's gives it away. But like it shows, your like to dislike ratio. And, the ranking the best jobs in Final Fantasy 14 one, where I flat out said that every single job is trash besides Black Mage. It for a while it had like, half dislikes, half likes, and I was like, yes, cause discourse, dislike my video, because it's still interaction. But now, over time it got up to, the best ratio number I could ask for, a nice solid 69 on there. But, it's got 29 likes and 13 dislikes, so kind of balanced out over time. But, the likes matter overall. I could go talk about metrics on here for hours. I love this stuff. But all right, back to it. Yeah, just it's nice when you get dislikes. It's like good balance.
And beyond the whole keyboard warrior thing, due to things such as herd mentality and de-individuation.
I don't know what de-individuation means. This is my first time learning it. The loss of sense of identity in a group setting. Oh, well, just look at that. You'll learn something new every day.
Is something that's easy to fall into. There is a very large dehumanizing aspect to social media
That's staring in my soul.
Removes these barriers to treat others pretty cruelly that would otherwise exist in real face-to-face interactions. And it's pretty naive and unrealistic to expect that you'll never ever have a single negative thing ever said about you.
No, there are going to be people who hate your guts for no reason at all, and it's great.
But, At the same time, someone who simply wants to make videos, as wrong as someone may perceive it, does not give them the right to pick up the pitchforks and just go way, way, way over the top.
Yeah.
And it certainly has resulted in
Exactly,
very
F
avoidable
those
drama
peeps.
and harassment.
Drama.
I think that is undeniably another negative aspect that comes from these React channels.
Like I was talking in somebody's Discord the other day, or actually, let's say yesterday. I don't know where the week went. I was talking to somebody yesterday about this with that whole the whole FaZe Clan thing where he said something, and Call of Duty got rid of his skin. I don't even remember the guy's name. It was a FaZe person, and Call of Duty like dropped his skin from their store or something, and everybody's up in arms like, oh my god, we're dropping Call of Duty. I'm installing the game. Blah 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 blah. Y'all know they're gonna be playing that tomorrow. It doesn't matter at all, and they're just kind of latching on for no reason. And I was talking to this person about it, and I'm like, dude, like, all that it takes is for you to just think about what you're going to put out there and think about what other people might interpret it as. That's the most important thing, is interpretation, unfortunately. You know, intent and everything, but the internet, it doesn't matter. It's all about interpretation. That's why it's important to kind of read what you put out, or, you know, just proofread it a few times. Like, even if you're at a job or something and you're typing up an email, like, don't hit send immediately. Reread it, make sure you're good, word things a little differently, and look at it from the other person's perspective. Like, if you look at it from a person's perspective and you're like, yeah, I could see how that could offend someone even though I didn't mean it to. That's the most important thing. And if you mess up with it, be like, oh, my bad, like I didn't mean it that way. Just don't be a dick about it. It's so easy. It really is.
It just has a lot of potential for drama. Many streamers do realize this though, and when they do disagree, they take great care to do it in a way that minimizes the chances of any sort of brigading that may occur from their more fervent, brainless audience.
Exactly. And, you know, if I ever get to the point where I actually have, you know, a lot of people watching my stuff, which would be great, honestly, I'd be just nice, because I just like making stuff for people. I like entertaining people. It's fun. Yeah, I would never to the point expect or want anyone to do something like this. It's like, nah, dude, have your own mentality, because there are going to be things that I don't like that other people like. It doesn't mean that that person's wrong for liking it, or, you know, I'm wrong for disliking it. It just means that people have different tastes. It is what it is.
And that's good. And I think those people are the ones worth watching.
It throws me off every time with these transitions here. I'm like, is the video over? I never want to see this up close ever again in my life. Ever.
So, those are the reacts, their history, the benefits and problems. But what about solutions? Well, with anything related to drama, usually what helps is just communication.
What was I just saying? Just talk about your problems.
Whether that be a streamer asking for permission to post a react, or an editor letting it be known that they're fine with reacts, or not fine. If they have a problem with how a streamer did something, they can ask them to take it down or to stop.
See, I know Mad Season likes this stuff. I try to react to videos where I know that the person is going to be chill with it. That's why I don't like to grab just kind of like random things from time to time. I just kind of like, I know they're going to like appreciate it or like it and stuff like that. But at the end of the day, like if you do a react video to something and the person who owns the video hits you up and they're like, hey, I don't like people doing react content to my video. Can you please take it down? Take it down immediately. Delete it. Get it off, because that's being respectful to that person's intellectual property, basically. If I'm using that term correctly, I might not be. But they, you know, they made the video. They own it. Don't be a dick and be like, oh, I'm going to keep it up. No, just get rid of it. Be like, hey, you know, respect. Go for it. If you ever have something in the future that you would want somebody to react to, let me know. But if somebody ever says, like, you know, please take this down, just take it down. That's like my mentality on it.
I can't speak for everyone, obviously, but from what I've seen,
cease this at
streamers
once.
are pretty amiable to requests like that.
Yeah,
and
like I honestly, the day that somebody actually reacts to one of my videos, I will be so honored and excited. Like, it'll be great.
if you just ask them,
I'm like,
they
oh my
usually
God.
reply. But in regards to things like algorithms, it's a little tricky because no one really knows how they work exactly.
No, it makes no sense.
That's kind of the point, or else people would just game it
Yeah.
more so than they do already. But the way that I see it is, if the issue stems from views, A possible solution would be to add the views to the original. Now, obviously, these wouldn't generate any sort of ad revenue themselves, but if these views are calculated,
it would show that the video is being watched an accurate amount of time. That's actually a really good idea. I like that. You know, it's not going to add towards revenue or anything financially gained, but it will make the video show a bit more popularly in the, you know, almighty algorithm. That's really smart. I like that idea.
In whatever algorithm YouTube uses, it would still generate more views and revenue than the original uploader would have received had it not been reacted to.
This is how I get dressed every morning.
And at the same time, guaranteeing that the original copy is the one that has the most views, which I think that's something that most would agree is the way it should be. So in my case, for example here, my episode is currently sitting at 2.5 million, and Asmon, that fucker, is at 2.7 million.
I like these guys, they're you know, I don't know, friends, I know they get along really well. Like I've watched them play WoW before. I think, I don't know, man, I've watched so much gameplay of stuff in my years, I kind of draw blanks sometimes. I'm pretty sure they did. So it's cool to riff on each other like that.
Change, his would remain at 2.7, and mine would have 5.2.
Yeah.
And
well, 5.3. I've done that before too.
And he also sends me a few $1 million as a professional courtesy.
I agree with that. He totally should send Mad Season $3 million as a professional courtesy. 100%.
This is also helpful due to the bandwagon effect.
Things
people generally conform to whatever is
it's a fidget spinner. I was like, what the hell is this?
So put yourself in this scenario. You're finishing your basement to make it look all nice for your new real doll. Are you going?
How do you get footage of my basement? I'm creeped out by this. That is my basement right there.
Going to click on a video tutorial with 400 views or 7 million. Now I know that there are some of you out there who will support the smaller channel, and that's great. But for the most part, people just think to themselves, well, how can 7 million be wrong? Even if it's inferior, because you can't even see dislikes anymore.
Yeah, it sucks that you can't see it dislike to like ratio. I like that you can see it on your own videos. Like that's should be able to. That's why I don't mind sharing mine. Like if you guys ever ask what the dislike ratio is, I'll tell you. Like if people hate one of my videos, I'll be like, all right, people dislike my video. Good. It is what it is. That's life. But I think one of these days, maybe it'll be cool to like do a stream with you guys, and we go through like, maybe like a certain topic on YouTube, and we try to find some videos that have, you know, just a couple of views, and try to like bump them up. You know, maybe we can do that as long as the video is good, and you know they put actual like effort into it, and you could tell they mean well and stuff like that. That'd be kind of cool. You know, maybe for the future. That's an idea I'm gonna keep on the back burner.
Because YouTube is so awesome. But my thinking here is that not only would the original receive more views,
algorithm, love it.
It would also make theirs more appealing to the general audience due to this bandwagon effect, and it would go a long way in reducing that friction in regards to viewership, and generally just make the whole relationship more symbiotic. And beyond that,
it's a genius idea,
sharing.
Actually.
This isn't really my suggestion. Many people have suggested this, but because it is their original creation, the editor should be able to share the revenue. And funny enough, YouTube already has most of this system in place. This is the copyright tab for any YouTube channel, and what this does is it lists those who have uploaded copies of your videos and how much of a copy it is.
This I haven't looked into. That's really cool.
100% is a direct rip.
Yeah.
And anything lower is usually a react. But look at the options here. Move to archive, request video removal, or message. As you can see, no revenue sharing. So
unfortunately,
I think that this would be another very simple change.
I think that if I ever get to the point where like if I do a reaction video that gets like, you know, a crap ton of views or something like that, and I'm actually make money on YouTube, I think I would reach out to reach out to a creator, depending on how I am financially. Honestly, I might be too poor to do that, but you know, I'd like to support them if I'm lucky in that sense, in some way, you know, one way or another.
As the interface and detection is already in place, and this power is already given to music licensors who will either take all of your revenue or some of it. So I see absolutely zero reason why this shouldn't be a thing for the general public.
The real answer is the average person is far less likely to sue, so they don't give as much of a shit. True. Welcome to the end result of monopolies. If you want higher quality, support other video sharing / streaming websites like Twitter and Kick. I agree with the thought process, but not which websites to support. I'm waiting to see what happens with Kick. I'm giving it more time before I, give a judgment on it. I've made a Kick account. 100% I did. But I'm trying to see how it goes. I was just talking to, I believe Naz, we were talking the other day about Twitter, having a video streaming thing. I think that's just not going to work because the geniuses running Twitter right now don't know business or anything at all. So,
especially
see how that goes.
Considering how insanely popular reacts are. I would say make it reasonable. Maybe like 60-40 in favor of the editor or something. I don't know. Let me know what you think is fair.
I think it depends. Like, it should depend on that percentage of, like, how much it is to the original video. Like, if that's, if it's like 50%, then split it 50-50. If, the video is like 70% of that person's video, then give them 70% of the revenue. I think that would be a better way to do it, except for like an overall just, blanket blanket split. I think that would be an interesting way to do it, honestly. So then, like, if you make a video that's like 10% of somebody else's video, then you get 10% of that revenue. And I think it makes it a bit more likely for people to also make their reaction videos more in-depth instead of just like literally watching a person's video and maybe adding like 2 or 3 minutes to it. That's not a reaction. That's just watching a video and making a comment at the end of it.
I don't think you want to go too overboard, but at least something I think would do a lot to calm the very troubled waters between
that would definitely work out.
And reactees. At the end of the day, aside from that, I don't think that there's really any logical reason for there to be drama, but considering that drama is one of the most effective ways of growing a channel, who in their right mind would deprive themselves and their audience of such awesome content that can never ever go and hasn't already gone sideways like 10,000 times already?
True.
But whatever the case may be, just remember that the most important thing is to like this video and to subscribe to my Patreon and to check out this video sponsor, Surfshark VPN. That's actually,
just bringing back to the beginning, that's also why every single reaction video that I watch, I'll put like the full, their like ad read, I'll put the full thing in there. I think I've only shortened one down one time because it was kind of like blank space and I was able to just kind of like shorten it down a bit because it didn't cut anything out. So I always like to do that, like keep it in there. I know for some reacting people that like skip past that ad read. Nah. We watch it. They put time into making that ad read. We're going to watch it because we respect other people.
Commander Mad Season's favorite VPN on the Citadel. Thanks for watching the premiere of this series.
Brain.
Please let me know what you think of it. This is a very interesting subject.
Yeah.
And I think only good can come from discussion.
Like, as soon as I saw this video come out, I'm like, I'm going to react to that. I have a lot to talk about this. And I just saw the video recording for this. We've been recording for an hour and 20 minutes. I think like 15 of that was pre-streaming stuff and fixing my webcam because it was broken. But like, it's a long video.
I will be doing more episodes about many more subjects, so if you liked it, keep an eye out for more.
That's trippy. Staring at it, the lines in the background is throwing me off.
See you in the next one. Thanks, everybody. Peace.
Bye, Mad Season. Thank you for the good video. Fantastic video. Honestly, like, it makes me talk about. I had a lot to talk about for it. Obviously, more than like double the time. So again, I'm gonna share the link to this video in chat. Go like the video, watch it, give that watch time. Even if you just leave it on in the background at some point, like just watch hours, whatever. Comment, subscribe. You won't be disappointed with Mad Season stuff. Got some very, very good videos on there. Fantastic videos. And honestly, with his voice, there's some times where I'll put on like the, Pandora's Box Warcraft video. That's like my go to sleep background music. It's not background music, but background noise. Works very well.